is that the 7 layers of the heart's muscle are actually tilted. You can see this one's kind of at this angle, and this is at a shallower angle and shallower, and this is almost flat. So these 7 tilt angles to the layers of heart muscle means the heart could squeeze the blood into a vortex. The point here is that the heart is not really a pump. In the work by Marinelli in Detroit, he showed that the way the heart pumps the blood is it throws it in this little vortex. And so you have these different layers of heart muscle going squeeze, 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 in every possible axis of symmetry that you could superpose on one folded surface. And because the heart can make a decision which layer to squeeze in what sequence, the heart can throw a vortex. And the way the vortex chooses its tilt angle, the decision to choose which layer of the heart muscle fires in what order is based on the tilt of those magnetic donuts, for which one converges at the heart, causing which layer of muscle to fire, which shapes the geometry of pressure or the geometry of squeezing, which chooses what tilt angle of this vortex to actually cast a sound shadow of the harmonics of the heart on the thymus gland. And the thymus is this lovely little catcher's mitt, or you got this beating heart here, and you got this catcher's mitt, the thymus, the thy am us, mea culpa, which doesn't mean through my fault. It means I take responsibility for. I thump my thymus. Because it's the sounds of the heart where you take responsibility for the way your emotion fabricated the shape of the magnetic field, which is your world. So that's why we say sacred geometry and coherent emotion, because the sacred geometry, which is the shape which organized the heart muscles firing, is what makes the coherence, the orderliness of the sound and electricity of the heart, able to fabricate your world. So this ability then of taking responsibility for your emotion becomes then how you create the braid potentially in your own DNA based on this series of pressures, phonon waves, sound waves, coming from your heart in this ponytail. I like to tell a story that if you really cared about someone and you wanted to show that, you often would kind of help braid their hair. And when you braid their hair, you do this motion where you take 2 strands of hair like this, and you divide the hair about evenly, and then you do this motion in order to do the braiding, which is you do this over, and then under, and then over, and then under, and then each time your hands got closer together because the braid was getting shorter, right? Well, if you took the hair out of your hand and instead put a pen in your hand, you would have drawn the frequency signature of the harmonics of the EKG of the heart at the moment of love. And so you can begin to understand kind of mechanically what Glenn Ryan measured in that study, which is how the sounds of your heart mechanically braid your DNA.